Good evening, TGIF. We made it. We made it to Friday. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the channel. If you are new, welcome. If you are a returning Titan, welcome on back. And a special good evening to my mods. It's great to see everybody. It's really good to see everybody. I do have it on subscriber only in the chat. That's just to combat with all the bots. If I turn it off, they fly in here like you would not believe. If you know about the stink bug revolution that's going on right now, I feel like in the spring and in the fall, then you'll know. It's like that. They're like cockroaches. They just come flying in the door. And they'll just put like something funny in the chat for the most part, but so it just kind of helps. Also, if you wouldn't mind liking the video, it does help send it out into the algorithm. We're going to be talking about some Brent Kopaka stuff tonight. And actually, before we get started with that, I have a couple other things I was going to show you guys as well. So let me get my camera on in here. We are going to do, I'm going to try to do open panel tonight. So if you guys want to come up, get your word in on this case and what's going on, I'd love to hear it. So I figured it would be good. I was in another chat today and was listening, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to do a live tonight. Like, I was already planning on doing an Idaho 4 live tomorrow. So I have something set up tomorrow that's like I've been working on. So it should be a really good show. But tonight I was like, I need to get on. I need to get on and talk to you guys. So happy weekend, Tony. Yes. Some guy here killed his mom. Wow, Cheryl. Oh Lord. This world's a bad place. Speaking of bug, as I come into chat, glow bug. Glow bug, but you're cute. You're not like a stink bug. Oh, those things. So I'll tell you a funny story really quick. So there was a bee in our house the other day, like a yellow jacket, or a bumblebee, like the big ones, the big one. And it's flying around and we're like trying to get it out. We're not trying to kill it. We're just trying to get it out. We took forever. So I'm finally over by the curtain and I'm just over it, because it's in the curtain and I'm just done and I wanted to sit down. And so I'm like trying to get rid of it. And all of a sudden, like, I screamed because I thought it was coming after me. And then Vincent's like, oh my God, there's a bug. And he points and it's a stink bug. So then I like hit the side of the bed with my shin, which has metal in it. Oh, it was a terrible mess. All over a stink bug. You should have saw me. I wish it was on camera. Long day in court. I didn't watch any court today, really. I can't hear Letitia's voice I have to take a couple days off from listening to her. After the phone calls, I was like, whoa, y'all. So, hey, Summer. I thought you were going to say long day at the beach or something. There's crazy grandma. I was talking to you earlier, but then you left the chat. I was actually in the chat really early. That was early. Let me see if I can go back up that far. 4:30. I was in here at 5. But you were already probably back out of the chat because no one was in here. But yeah, if you guys wouldn't mind hitting the like button, it does help. So yeah, I want to hear your thoughts on this case. I have a big show, like I said, coming up tomorrow. So make sure you have, your notifications set, your reminder set. It'll be for 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. That one is going to be about PTSD pretty much. It's going to be me on panel. Maybe one other person might come on panel with me. And we're going to talk about shock and traumatic experience. As we know, we didn't go through the same traumatic experience as like Dylan or let's say, Bethany or, the victims' families, but we're just going to put our 2 cents in on how we feel. So that's all. Also, I did try to put like one of those bots in here to like help with the mods. I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't even think it's in here. So if it does anything funny, let me know. It's supposed to be like one of those night bots that are supposed to help, like send out stuff. But I don't even think it's working, so. I don't know how to do it, so. I was looking, but we'll figure that out later. That's not a big deal. Isabel may be asleep. I was wondering the same. You think I'm funny? Do I amuse you? Steve, you do. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you're funny. And then he puts the funny face. I was putting the he face in a chat today with somebody on panel. I was like tagging a minute because it was fun. We do have to announce Steve is here. Oh, thanks, Cheryl. I try to be funny. Head's starting to itch a little, guys. I'm going on day 3 of not washing my hair. Now I'm starting to feel it. So let me see here. We do have some stuff to share, which I'm not even going to go over. I think that News Nation covered like a couple things that we already covered, which I won't go over that, which I thought was funny. Let's see. Oh, so the first video I'm going to show you is super cute. So I'm going to get you, first I'm going to get us caught up on like three little short videos on News Nation. They're pretty short. And they'll get us caught up, but the first one's really sweet. So get your tissues because you may need them. I cried. I'm a big crybaby, I guess. I don't know. But, it's Maisie, which is Ethan's sister. Ethan Chapin was part of Sigma Chi, the fraternity. And the fraternity, let me put actually that up here. So we don't have Brett up there, Kopacka. But so they decided, Sigma Chi, they can pick a sweetheart every year. And it's like just like the monarch of the, fraternity kind of. And they chose her. And I just thought it was so sweet. Like, I cried a little. I'm not going to lie. And I'm not a crier. But stuff like this gets me. So let me play this for you, which I need to rewind it because I played it. But I just thought it was really touching. And I thought, let's start the live with something sweet before all, hell breaks loose. Let me take that off there. Okay.
The school year is winding down in Moscow, Idaho, pretty much like everywhere else. And that means the long months of shock and fear and grief after the King Road murders may be giving way to something better. I have a case in point to make. Sigma Chi fraternity, that's Ethan Chapin's fraternity at the University of Idaho. Ethan's brothers are taking care to embrace his memory and look out for his triplet siblings, Hunter and Maisie. On Sunday night, that fraternity named Ethan's sister Maisie, right there in the middle, their official sweetheart of Sigma Chi. You can see Ethan's brother Hunter. He's like right behind her to the left with his arm up and around a friend. He's standing there behind his sister. He is also a Sigma Chi member. Those brothers then serenaded Maisie with their famous song, Sweetheart of Sigma Chi, and they each presented her with a rose. The song and the ceremony are actually world famous, recorded dozens of times, and actually made into 2 movies as well. Becoming a Sigma Chi sweetheart is a pretty big deal. There is one named for every chapter of the fraternity, and there's an international person who gets that honor as well. The sweetheart can wear the Sigma Chi letters and is considered a beacon of all that the brothers strive to be. And Maisie sounds a lot like her brother Ethan. He has been described as having the best smile and being a friend to all. And speaking of that, the Chapin family started a foundation called Ethan's Smile to keep his legacy alive, and the proceeds go to college scholarships in his name. And if you would like to help, you can go to ethanssmile.org. Sigma Chi has also started a scholarship in Ethan's name as well. But congratulations, Maisie. I'm just so glad you could be there with your brother Hunter to celebrate that, especially in your other brother's name.
Let me see if I can find it. So I heard that too. I heard something about Ethan Chapin didn't have a birth or death certificate. So I looked up the website for birth records. And you can get on here too. I did the apply online. I did it through Vital Check. And you just get started and you just pretty much put in death certificate and you'll put in his name and then it'll ask you like the state and stuff like that. And then it'll ask you for like payment to buy it. I'm not sure how much death certificates are. I think they run about $20, $25. I know that's how much my parents were when I had to purchase theirs. Because someone was trying to say that you couldn't get it for 50 years. Yeah. This isn't Dolly Parton's one and only song that's not coming out until 2082. This is a death certificate. It's going to be ready when it's, when it's ready. Oh, they're 35. It might be more too. It might be more, Cheryl. You might be right. It's been years since I got one. You pay $25 for your mom's. I need to get them again. My dad's was freaking thick as a book. He was in a car accident, but it was thick as a book. Like I remember I couldn't read through all of it. It was, and then I don't even have my mom's. Actually, I don't have my mom's. I have her death certificate, but I don't have her, what is it? Like where it tells you like what happened, like the paperwork and stuff. Hey, TF. Oh, in Canada it's 35. Well, maybe that's like our 25 here. I know the money different is a little bit different. I don't think it's that much though. Used to be. It used to be. Well, when I remember when we went to Canada when we were like 19 because you could drink when you're 19, and that's why we wanted to go because we were 19, and we went up there and we like exchanged our money and we thought it was like so much more, but it really wasn't that much more. But we thought we were like rolling in the money. But that was a really sweet tribute I thought that they did for Ethan's sister. I mean, I think that is like the sweetest thing. I cried. I really did. When they said like it's like what the guys strive to be, you know, that's what the sweetheart is. And I just thought that was so sweet. And it was really cute to see them smiling. It was really nice because, you know, they probably don't have a lot of moments where they can feel like they can smile like that. Yeah, Glenn Jamin, you're right. Yeah, it wouldn't tell us anything. It's just a piece of paper. It just would, I think it has your cause of death on there. I can go get my mom's if I needed to. I mean, I know exactly where it's at. It's just buried under 4 or 5 totes of clothing. So I just know that. I had to all but give a kidney to get my daddy's will. Oh my gosh, I thought you were going to say you had to give a kidney. When I first read that, I was like, no, Summer. No, Dolly, no, nah, Dolly didn't die. But Dolly has a song that's like she is keeping in a vault until like the year like 2080 something. Like I won't be around to hear it. She won't be around to hear it. But yeah, I'm like, I'm always like trying to like say, like, do like this and that, you know. Yeah, it just states what the cause of death is. Yeah, it wouldn't give you like any details or anything. That's like, I forget what that's called. I'm trying to think, like manner of death, the paperwork. Because I know with my dad, they gave me like a death certificate and then they gave me paperwork. And the paperwork was from like his car accident and it just like, it was the accident. Maybe it was the accident report, but it was like the coroner's report. That's what it was. Maybe that autopsy report. That's what it was. I had to think that through. I don't know why I had to think that through, guys. Wow. I know Dolly is adorable. I think it'll play when Dolly hits 100. Oh man, Amanda, I can't wait that long. I won't be here for it. I wonder what it is. If I was famous like that, I would do something ridiculous. I really would. They might be holding them. See, that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if they're not releasing them until like, if they're part of the gag order. Could they do that? Because that's a different state, because they sent the bodies for autopsy to Washington. I'm like, I don't know. Hey, Albeam. Welcome on in. Well, we've got, let me see here. Let me get my notes. Let me get my dang notes. Let me drop the link too for you guys. Oops, I charged my AirPods today. You would think that I'd have this together, but I don't. I'm over here like fighting with it. Fighting with my papers. Because I've been writing notes like all day for like today and tomorrow, so. Yeah, the autopsies are sealed, yeah. Hey, Marina girl. Your little doggy on there cracks me up. We have a dog like that in our neighborhood, and it just hates our dogs. That dog makes me laugh every time I see it. So this video, and I don't know where they're getting this stuff. I really don't. So the first video is going to be Kumo. He has like an update. He seems to think that Bryan was like sexist towards the students, like the women students. But I think that we had heard from, you know, guys that had come out and said that he graded hard on them as well. But if you guys had heard differently, let me know, because I can't remember that for sure. But I thought I had heard like someone came out and said, you know, that they had been graded equally, like just like the women have. So I'm gonna play this video here. And I'll drop the link here in a second after I play this video. If you guys want to come up and talk about the case and let me know what you guys think about whatever we're going over at the time.
But we're going to start with our exclusive new reporting in the quadruple Idaho murder case. We have two significant.
And when he says exclusive reporting, I'm still sticking with my guns. Like I said, a couple weeks, or was it a week and a half ago or a week ago? It was actually around April 6th because that's when Jennifer Coffindoffer posted it on Twitter. I swear her Twitter page is their news source right now, because she will tweet something and then the next day they are running it on the air. Just keep that in mind.
Significant developments. First, Bryan Kohberger's behavior at the school had been flagged by Washington State University. How? Sources closely involved in the case have told us that as a teaching assistant, he often made condescending and sexist comments toward women, that he was a harsher grader on female students than he was on men, that he would tell them they didn't have what it took and they wouldn't make it, they wouldn't get the jobs, they wouldn't be as good as men. So much so that several students complained about Kohberger's rank sexism to the school, caused WSU to conduct a harassment training seminar, according to somebody who had to be part of it. Kohberger was later fired from that job. So what happened in Moscow did not just come from nowhere, a proposition that is made absolutely clear by the next piece of reporting. A female WSU associate of Kohberger's confided in him that someone had broken into her apartment and asked Kohberger for advice on installing a home security system. We've learned that law enforcement is suspicious of whether Kohberger was the one who broke into his colleague's home and as to whether he used the surveillance equipment to stalk her. Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to NewsNation.now.
Nikki's gonna have the baby. Well, maybe. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, I'm excited. I hope you have that baby. I hope your water breaks soon. Or just tell them if you're ready and they're willing, break that water and get it over with, honey. That's what my sister-in-law did, and I was right in front of her, and I never seen anything like it in my life. My niece passed out. She was 15. But yeah, if you need to, just, and then get the painkillers after the baby's out. Say, okay, now give me what I want. You know, no, what is that stuff they give you in the back? I can't even think of it now. The shot in the back. I wouldn't, but I would. I bet you're ready to have your baby. Oh, that's exciting. If you don't know, Nikki's in the chat and she's having a baby. She's having a boy. Yeah. 30 weeks, but you're measuring at 36. Wow. That's all, man. Glenn Chapin says splash. I'm over here talking about. I'm like, just like I've had a baby before, like it's nothing. Like epidural. That's what I was trying to think of, Cheryl. Yeah. Thank you guys. Man, like I've had it. Like I know, like I'm over here. Like I've had my own kids. Like I could say that. It's nothing. But I have had pain that's been so unbearable that I'd rather be like not on this earth. So, you know, collapsed lung, jaw in the back of my throat, things of that nature. But I couldn't imagine having a baby. I think, but the pain goes away, I feel like. Because then you see your baby and you're like, oh my God, this baby is so cute. And then I think after time you forget about the pain until you're about to have the baby again. And then you're like, uh-oh, it's happening again. Let me know if you guys have babies in the chat and how many you guys have. I've never asked you guys that. Teresa, you don't have any kids, do you? Yeah, you do, because you have grandkids. How many kids do you have, Teresa? I know you did, but I don't know how many you have. Blake Lively has 4 kids. Oh yeah, she does look great. But she's got the money to look great. That's what my mom used to say. I sound like my mother. Speaking of looking great, we were trying to make me look great today. Not right now, but we got me some stuff. It's true. I don't remember it being this painful. I really do feel like you like the pain would kind of go away. Like that's how I feel. Like I don't remember my pain that much. Like at all. And it's probably because I was on a lot of pain medication too, but it hurt though. The broken ribs were probably the worst. Then like it collapsed my lungs, so that was pretty bad. But I couldn't imagine having a baby. But my mom used to say that's what you're meant to be. You're meant to do. That's what women are meant to do. Have a baby. So that's what you're supposed to be like. She's like, when you go in, that's what you're supposed to be thinking of. Like 3 kids. You have 3 kids, Amanda. We have a kid that's 18. Wow, I didn't know that. No babies for Isabel either. Just fur babies. Me too. Fur babies for now. Summer don't have no babies either. I knew Summer didn't have no babies. Okay, we'll play Kumo. Eddie has some babies. Eddie, how many babies you got? Eddie's gonna be like, I got like 15. No epidurals on natural. Oh, wow. Cindy. I love that. I have 8 cats and 1 dog. Oh my gosh. I have 2 cats and 1 dog, or 1 cat, 2 dogs. I would never get another cat with my Rocky here. Wouldn't I? He would. I don't know what he would do. He would probably eat the cat. So I'm going to show you this video, and then we're going to get into Brent Kopaka. So this one is just like breaking news. News Nation. So this video is going to have Coffin Daffer and another lady on it. She seems to think that the other lady, not Coffin Daffer, but that Bryan has like more victims out there. But the Pennsylvania police, I believe they came back and said that he wasn't connected to anything that they had out there. So I'm not sure what she's referring to, but we'll listen to this and I'll drop the link too.
There's a lot to break down on the psychology of Bryan Kohberger, what this tells us about what else he may have been up to. So let's bring in people in the business of profiling people just like him and making cases that hold in court. Retired FBI agent, Law and Justice contributor Jennifer Coffindaffer, and Laura Richards. She was a top criminal profiler at New Scotland Yard and the FBI. Laura, good to have you on the show. Coffindaffer, as always. So I start with you, Jennifer. What is your reaction to what we have learned?
Well, it's big news, but it's also supportive news. It's nothing that's surprising that he would possibly be stalking other individuals. Also, it's not surprising that he would have been condescending or treat women differently than men based on what we know.
So, Laura, when you're trying to assess somebody like this and what they're about and why, what their motivations were, the big concern about Kohberger is, of course, can they make the case in Moscow, but also, is there more to him? Are there more that could be out there? How do these pieces of information lead you in one direction or another?
Well, yes, and thank you very much for having me on, Chris. It's a pleasure to be here. And I think that, you know, when I first started talking about this case, I said that there would be a history of stalking. This seemed to be a very predatory type of behavior and targeting one victim in particular, but in fact going into a house of multiple occupancy told me that whoever this was someone who has done it before. So it's no surprise that there's a history, and I think we're going to be hearing more. You know, this is just tip of the iceberg. This is really the start of the investigation, timelining each of the victims to find out where their life may have intersected with his, or probably more importantly, how and when he targeted the primary victim. So his timeline is equally very important. And I suspect we're going to be hearing about more victims. This is just tip of the iceberg.
So how do you reconcile, Laura, from a profile perspective, and then I'll come to you, Jennifer, as from a building a case perspective, but from a profiling perspective, how do you reconcile the methodical, the planning of maybe doing a fake break-in and a canard that leads somebody to want your help, and now you get surveillance equipment so you can just watch them, with a guy who breaks into a house with a hunting knife and butchers people and creates a scene that they can't even let us see? How do you reconcile those two types of behavior?
Well, I would expect to see in vivo tryouts before what happened in Idaho. So this makes sense. And, you know, oftentimes with stalking cases, because the stalker does want to get up close and personal with the victim, which is no comfort to the victims, but does want to watch them, I've worked numerous cases where the stalker has created a situation that puts the victim in fear. They then tell the stalker and confide in them what's happened, and then they seem to be the rescuer and come to the help and rescue of the victim. So the fact, if this particular victim did confide in him that she was fearful about anything that was going on, and then there was a break-in, well, he may well have put that security system into her place and been stalking her via that means. So stalkers are very clever, they're very cunning, and they're very manipulative. And I would expect there to be an extensive history before the Idaho case. This is somebody who's done it before, because it takes a lot for someone to go through the door when there are multiple students within one address. But
well, that's a bold statement to make. This is definitely somebody that's done this before, she said. She said, this is definitely, someone did this before. No, it happens all the time. It's called mass murder. Like, look at Kumo's face. I don't even think he believes it. And hello, Ashley, that's getting in the shower. Oh, Donna, those Letitia phone calls, I was listening and then I had to stop. I couldn't handle her. Exactly. There's a difference between voyeurism and stalking. And I believe that if he was looking at them, I don't even think that they knew. I don't think that they were aware. So this video's almost over here.
This individual did that.
For you guys.
So he's practiced, he's done it before, and now it's the case of trying to find all of those, what I would call warning sign behaviours, and for women to come forward and to report and tell police whatever they might have experienced, whether it's the students talking about his behaviour towards them and him making them feel uncomfortable. These are all very important warning signs.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to News Nation.
I'm actually going to read this really quick before I bring anybody up. That way it's just, so that way it's read, but the next thing I'm going to do is read something to you. So, hi, Suzanne. Welcome on in, guys. And thank you guys all for being here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Really, really do. If you guys wouldn't mind hitting the like button, it does send it out into the algorithm. And then more people will come in and they will chat with us. If you guys are new to the channel, I do have it on subscriber only. You could be a subscriber for any amount of time to get in the chat. I do it to combat with bots and help the mods out a little. I was in a chat today and they had it set on 5 minutes before you could chat. And I was like, that's ridiculous because I have something to say now, not 5 minutes from now. You know, so I try to only keep it on the smallest amount for you guys. So let's go ahead and get to what we're going to be talking about today. Okay, so, sorry, my throat's a little dry. Okay, so tonight we are finally going to talk about Brent Kopaka. We have never discussed him on this channel. We have not discussed him yet. So we're going to go through some articles that I found, and if anyone has any questions, or if you guys have heard anything about this Brent Kopaka, let us know. Isn't it Brett? Or I thought it was Brent. Is it Brent or Brett? Brett. I've been saying it wrong, y'all. I'm like the worst with the B names right now. So sorry. I'm trying to read. Sorry, I was reading the chat and trying to read the notes at the same time. That's not good. So I dropped the link and then I'll bring you guys up if anyone wants to come up after I read the obituary. That way it's just afterwards there. And then we can come up and we can talk about the case. Also, does everyone know who Brent Kopaka is? Put a 1 in the chat if you know who Brent is. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't know who he is. And this is a picture of him. And this is a picture of him here. This is his obituary, so. Okay, everybody's aware. I figured everyone's aware because this story's been out for a while. You know, everyone's been talking about the connection with Bryan, and I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm still looking. And I'm not finding it, so maybe we'll find it together. That's what I'm thinking. So I figure I'll start out with the facts. You know, this is going to be his obituary. This is a picture of, you know, this 36-year-old male, Brent. He was in the military. He was a paratrooper in the Army. Actually, the guy that I was in my car accident with was a paratrooper in the Army. Same exact thing that he did. So he was actually shot to death by police. After he threatened to shoot his roommates, he barricaded himself in his apartment, and he actually shot at the police. So then in return, that made the officer use deadly force and, you know, shoot him. So I'm going to start off by reading his obituary. I thought it was really well written, and it'll help us get to know Brent as a person because he is, you know, a separate person. So Olivia said too, well, I gave you like a little background. I think he was a handsome young man. Yes, very handsome, Carolyn. You're right. You're correcto. I'm gonna grab my drink really quick, my water here. and then I'll turn my camera back on after I'm done reading. I just always like, I feel like I'm always like squinting or something when I'm reading to you guys. And I don't think I can get it any bigger, but I'll read it for you. It just says, and you know, if you've ever read like an obituary, you know that if someone is like killed in a shootout or like they OD or something, they always will word it differently. Like if it's an OD, they'll say like they died unexpectedly. They're not going to say, yeah, you took some drugs and died. So if you hear that, like I'm reading the obituary and you're like, well, she's not talking about the shooting or anything, that's why they're not going to put that in there. So it says here, it is with great sadness that our beloved son, Brent Lee Kopaka, went to heaven Thursday, December 15th, 2022, as a result of a traumatic brain injury sustained in combat in Afghanistan, which led to a 16-year ongoing battle with severe PTSD. Brent was born October 4th, 1986. Oh, wow, he was just a year younger than me. Brent is survived by his mother, Darcy Nixon, and stepfather, David Nixon, and father, John F. Kopacka, and stepmother, Dawn M. Kopacka. Brent was the oldest sibling to Tori L. Davey, Zachary J. Kopacka, Ethan J. Kopacka, Evan M. Kopacka, and Eloin O. Kopacka, and uncle to 3 nephews and 1 niece. Brent proudly served in the U.S. Army from 2005 to 2009 in the 2nd Battalion, 505th Parachute Infantry Regiment, 4th Barricade Combat Team, 82nd Airborne Division. Wow, that's a long title. Brent was awarded the Purple Heart for his service in Operation Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan. By volunteering to serve in the United States Army during time of war, Brent proved himself to not only a man of great dedication, but also a selfless servant of the people of our nation. Brent epitomized the values and standards that all paratroopers strive to achieve. Brent's valor in the face of the enemy is a great credit to his character. Those who knew Brent knew him as loving, caring, and a loyal friend. He was loved by his family and friends. Brent always enjoyed remembering people on their birthdays and special occasions. Brent enjoyed the outdoors. He would send pictures and updates to friends and loved ones of new places and new adventures he was on. He loved to experience new places, so it was hard for him to settle in one place. Brent made friends everywhere everywhere he went, while always staying in touch with the old. Over the course of the past 16 years, Brent fought a courageous battle against PTSD, but in the end, he couldn't break free. Please learn all you can about post-traumatic stress disorder, so you all will have an understanding of the toll it takes on our veterans, their families, and their friends. Make sure your loved ones seek the help they need. And then it says just the funeral home there. I wish they would have put like a hotline number. I would have put that in the chat for PTSD. But yeah, that's his obituary there. Sorry, I couldn't read the chat because I was reading the obituary. I think that he had like complex chronic PTSD. If he's dealing with it for 16 years, 16 years is a long time. I've been dealing with it for 15. 15 years is a long time. Hey, Cat's Life. Hey there. Yeah, he fought through some really bad times. What was it, 2005 to 2009? I mean, yeah. Yeah, well written. That's what I thought, Denny. I thought it was very well written, too. Because I don't know if anybody's written an obituary here before, but I have, and they're hard. Like, you forget people, you're trying to remember people. It's hard to remember even what someone likes to do. You're just in shock. And people were asking you. I remember with my father, my mom was alive, so I was with her, and she couldn't remember my nephew's name. Or I'm sorry, not my nephew, but my dad's nephew, Christian. Like, she was like, I need help. And so it was just sad. So I do have a little video too to go with this, but let me drop the link in the chat. Because I'm trying to get the connection. Like, I want someone to come up that is going to tell me like a connection between these two. I don't know the connection, but I hear it. Like, I've seen it, I hear it, and I'm like, what? But no no one no one gives actual proof of the connection. They just say, yeah, they knew each other, they were friends, or they'll or they'll beat around the bush like the whole video. They'll like go in a circle, and I'm like, well, I didn't get anything out of that. So let me know, because I've just been looking all day. Like this whole day, I have not done anything but look for this guy, Brent Kopaka. And there's really not a lot on him because, I mean, obviously, I think it's because he doesn't have anything to do with this, but. Oh, yeah, Olivia, your son. Oh, gosh. I couldn't imagine doing my son's. Oh, Lord. I did what's the eulogy for my mom. That was extremely hard. Made my brother cry. My brother's a big guy, too, so. Made me cry thinking that he was crying. But yeah, eulogy. Okay. So before I bring this up, I'm going to bring up Eddie because it looks like Eddie wants to come up. Let's bring him up, if I can bring him up. What's up, Eddie?
Hello, what's up? How you doing?
Let me get my headphones in. Are we echoing?
I don't hear it.
I don't either.
Well, a
Let
little
us know
bit.
in the chat. Are we? Okay, I'll get him in. Let me see. I gotta go to my settings real quick.
Yeah, 'cause I heard that him and Bryan used to go jogging together.
Oh, hold on one second. Let me get these. Oh, look, I think they connect. No, they probably didn't connect to this. Let me see. I got too many Apple devices around me. They're probably trying to connect to everything.
What?
There we go. Yeah. Okay, so I should have connected them earlier. Okay. Making sure the echo's gone.
Do you want me to mute it?
I think you're okay. Let me see. I'm connected, but they're not connected.
What do you mean?
Like, I connected my headphones, but they're not connected in my ears. Like, what's going on here? Try it again. Sorry.
Try it again?
There we go.
You want me to try it again?
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yep, no, I got it. There we go. We're good
You
now.
got it?
Okay, can everyone hear us? Yeah. Is there
Can
any
hear?
echo? Yeah,
No.
I can hear. Okay, cool. And then what's up? So what did you hear? Because I couldn't hear what you were saying. I was trying to get the headphones.
No, I heard that him and Bryan used to go jogging. For real.
Jogging together? Oh, where did you
Yeah.
hear that? Was like on another channel or something?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, some on YouTube, you know. I watch
Yeah,
like
I'm
a lot.
Me too. I'm just wondering where it started. I'm wondering, like, where did this start? Like, who started the first video is what I'm wondering.
I don't know. Did you see that video? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
Did you see that video where they're like parachuting it onto like the balcony of the 3rd floor?
No, Or maybe I did.
Yeah, it was
Maybe that
pretty
in
goofy.
like in the beginning.
Yeah, it's crazy. And that's what they thought that's what Bryan did. Like, come on, man.
Yes, because because there was a person that came on panel and was asking me if I believe that Bryan could jump from building to building.
Exactly, like parachute.
And I said, no,
way.
yeah.
No
I
way,
said,
unless what? That's from a plane, man. Come on.
And
For real.
I was trying not to laugh. It was the person's name was allegedly, but he hasn't been around forever. I don't know. I think he just left
He's probably in jail.
But I was like, what? Because and then they were saying something about like he lived inside the house. He was like, is that called frogging or something? Where you live where you're not like where you don't really like you live like in the attic of someone else's home.
Oh.
Then they were bringing that out, and I'm like, Lord have mercy. So,
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna play this video a little bit, and then
All right, I'm gonna mute it.
Yep. Okay, me too.
Okay.
And some tense moments at Washington State University tonight. Students are back in their dorms after being evacuated in the middle of the night last night. They were woken up in the middle of the night because of a nearby crime scene. Crime 2 has actually been at the Palouse and on the Palouse since 6 o'clock this morning, covering this breaking news. Janelle Finch is picking up our coverage now with reaction from students tonight. Janelle?
I've been in Pullman for hours, keeping a close watch on the crime scene just below me. Earlier today, we weren't exactly sure what apartment the situation happened in, but now in the dark of night, only one apartment on the 3rd floor is shining bright. So we can potentially assume that that is where the situation happened. And as you can see, there is still crime tape up here at the scene, just hours after police shot and killed a man during a SWAT standoff. Wednesday night, WSU students living near campus say they were preparing for their last day of finals.
We had been finishing final papers in my apartment. We finished around, they were due at midnight, right? Midnight, yeah. So we finished around midnight. We were leaving to go get food.
But when university students Kylie Canyon Brewer and Madison Barbon walked out the door, they ran into an unexpected situation.
We walked out. She walked out first. There was just a ton of people in the hallway, cops.
Pullman police responded to their neighbor's apartment at the complex just off of Stadium Way around 8:40 p.m. According to Pullman police, a man in his 30s was threatening to kill his 2 roommates. Police evacuated the building, and WSU alerted students to shelter in place. Police say the...
I'm gonna pause it for a minute. I think that he was having a PTSD moment to me.
Yeah, me too.
It sounded like he needed help. I mean, there are times that, you know, things happen. Like, I was actually saying it in the chat last night. I was last night live, and I meant to say it, and I don't know, I veered off. But I was going to tell you guys, one of my PTSD triggers is the door knocking, people knocking on the door. If I hear that, because my father was killed in a car accident, and we had police at the house knocking hard. If someone knocks hard on the front door, I'm in the closet. Like, and it's just a reaction. It's like Vincent, first time I did it, like Vincent comes in the closet, he's like, what's going on? What you doing in here? Like, really, it was like a reaction to get into like a safety spot, and it was like a walk-in closet in the back of the house. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was just like, wow, yeah. But so I can understand that. Maybe, yeah, there's no reason to kill him. He needed help. I think the police officers need more training in that category.
I think all
Just like
police
with the
officers
with the Gabby Petito case, you know, where they saw where she, you know, had domestic violence. She had like marks
he was
on her.
bruised up.
Yeah, they weren't sure what to do. I mean, I think that they handled that. They could have handled it better, but I think that they just didn't know what the hell to do. So, but does anyone have any? Let us know in the chat if you guys have heard anything about Brent Kopaka. If I can look anything up that we have anything tangible, and I'll play the rest of this video.
That's all I heard. Like I've seen on YouTube. So.
Yeah, I haven't seen too much.
The suspect's behavior escalated, and he began firing gunshots in his apartment.
At the time, I thought it was just really just fireworks or something like that, but very startling to hear.
Students living on campus nearby say it was scary to know how close they were to an active SWAT situation. The Pullman police chief says after the suspect would not comply, a SWAT member shot and killed him.
As a student, it's very scary. You know, you don't really know, who people are sometimes, especially it being in a really big school. So you never really know if you're close to danger or, where the safe places are on campus. So it's very startling and very scary for sure.
An hour and a half after the university told students to shelter in place, they were told the situation was all clear. Still, students say they can't help but think about recent crimes on the Palouse, including last month's Idaho murders.
It's very scary to, the reality of what's going on right now.
Pullman police say Washington State Patrol is taking over further investigation and communication. Students we spoke to living at this apartment say a mix of students and families live at the complex. At this time, we do not know the identity of those involved, but we do know the 2 roommates were able to evacuate and are safe. WSU police are set to reveal the name of...
Of course they were safe. He wasn't there to hurt them. I don't think he would have hurt them. So, Teresa, she says that's the news. Kohberger's dad was telling Indiana police about a hostage situation in Washington. I remember that now.
I don't even know what the hell that was about when I first heard it. I was like, what
Me
the
either.
hell?
So now, so now I'm thinking it was probably this situation.
It was with the police, yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably where somebody
Freaked out.
intertwined them.
He freaked out, I think, man. He fucking, I don't know, he pulls out his big weapons. I don't know what the fuck. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Oh,
They're only
squatting,
for
not frogging. It's
grown-ups.
called squatting, Janice. I wasn't sure what it was called. I just know people do it. They people will hide in people's homes
Squatting.
for months, and they'll be like in the
Squatting.
attic, and then they find them. That's just. I'm about to look in my attic now. Now I'm about to
You
look
might
right
have
there
a little
'cause-
Chinese lady up there.
yeah, I could fit little Vincent's mom up there. She's a little Asian lady. Oh gosh,
No.
she's cute. She sends us fruit in the mail. I love her.
Oh,
Like, who
I
does
bet.
that?
I bet.
From California. So
Uh-huh.
I actually have another article in here, and I was going to read through it for you guys. But this one just talks about Brent. But this one, I was reading through. This one actually kind of made me giggle a little bit. It talks about content. Like, here, let me get it up. I didn't share the page. It talks about content creators. I don't know who wrote this. It's a long one, so I'm not going to read it all. It's just like it's really long. But if you guys, I'm like, it's so long. But it was really interesting. It was interesting. It was talking about Kohberger, or not Kohberger. I'm sorry, Brent Kopaka, and like what happened with him, and how social media took his name and just automatically put him with Bryan Kohberger when there's not one lick of evidence that they even knew each
had
other.
a lot of K-bars. He had a lot of K-bars too, and knives and shit.
Do you think they knew each other?
I do, yeah.
You do? I don't think that they did.
I think
How do you think
did.
that they would have met, though?
They lived around the same area, so
Yeah, that's true.
easily, easily could have met.
Yeah, but Bryan was more to himself, I thought. Like, I don't really see him, like, going and making a friend. That's the only thing. And do you think he'd be like, hey, man, can I borrow a K-bar?
I don't know.
And then Brent wouldn't tell anybody? He had a month.
Well, he's
before he
not
died.
here. He's not here. He hasn't told, So.
Well, he had a month before he died. I mean, he could have told someone. He died on December 15th. This happened November 13th.
He probably didn't tell nobody.
But I mean, yeah, he probably. Well, I mean, Brent. I mean, how do we know he even had K-bars? Just because he was military?
I've seen it. I wanted to show it on YouTube in his apartment.
Oh.
For real.
They showed him. They showed K-bar. They showed his apartment.
Yeah, he had a big blade in there too.
I wonder where it was. Like, I wonder if I can look it up somewhere.
It's in his apartment by the college.
When I pull it up, it doesn't pull anything like inside of his house. It just pulls up his outside.
Really?
Yeah, that's something I would like to see. Yeah, I mean, if there's like a picture of a bunch of knives in his house, yeah, that's something I would love to see. I haven't
Where the
seen
hell
that.
did I see that on? Where did
Yeah,
I
because
see
we've never
that?
watched it here. I mean, we've never talked about Brent Kopaka on my channel, so I don't know. Has anyone
I
else
don't
seen
go on
it?
I don't go on no dark net or nothing, So I don't know.
I was just wondering if it was like a thing of telephone. You know how someone will take something and they'll say something, and
Yeah.
Brent's friend posted online Brent K-bar. Maybe I could put in Brent K-bar. Look.
Put Brent inside of Brent's house.
Yeah, nothing. Okay.
Really? Where did I see that?
I don't
Or
know.
was it a dream?
I mean, I'm getting pictures of these kids. Like,
Was it a dream? No. What?
I don't know. No one remembers where they saw it. Okay, well, if David said he saw it too, but he don't remember where he saw it. Did everyone hang out the same night? Dark
I've
and
seen it.
laughing past something. Summer said she's laughing.
Telling you, I seen it, man. What the hell? I must have been deep in the rabbit hole.
Summer said that you're moving around too much.
Ooh,
You. She said
why?
tell Eddie to stop moving around. I think that it's coming through the mic or something.
I'm not moving anymore. Am I moving now?
No, I think it's good. So so if Brent and Bryan like did this together, wouldn't they have some evidence on Brent? Like, don't you think like a fingerprint or like some DNA?
Yeah, I don't
or
think they
blood?
did. They didn't do it. They didn't do it together.
Oh, you don't think they did it together? Okay. Oh, you just think
No.
they knew each other.
They knew each other, and they both had sick intentions, I think.
Yeah.
You hear me?
I don't know.
You hear
Yeah, I
that?
feel like more with I feel like more with Brent. Like I just felt like it was more Brent was more mentally disabled. I don't think that he was harmful
That's what
to
I
other
mean.
people.
That's what I mean. Like, they both had sick intentions. Maybe this guy brought up some crazy shit. You know,
Yeah.
Brian's a piece of shit.
Well, I know that the
I hate
victims
that
did have
guy.
different wounds. They did say that, but I think that the reason I was looking at the chat for Caroline, I think the reason why that they had different wounds is because the knife was getting duller as it was being used.
Yeah,
If that so it
definitely.
was tearing more than it was cutting. I
Yeah.
think that that's actually what Mr. Gonzalez was getting to. I think you'd expect the likes of Brent to have that type of knife being ex-military. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I mean, if he would have. I mean, I was wondering if my friend would have that. He's not really my friend anymore,
Mm.
but he was a paratrooper. I mean, I'm trying to think. He had guns and stuff, so I'm assuming
Well,
he probably had a
I'm
K-bar knife somewhere
I'm
laying
sure
around.
I'm sure he has like 3 or 4. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Brent
Can you hear
died.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Good, I can hear you
Yeah,
good.
one killer, one knife. I think it was one killer, one knife. So they did say in this report, it's the spokesman review. I think there's like a lot of background noise for some reason.
Where by me?
Yeah, and Summer said the same thing.
Is there? I'm not. Yeah, because
Yeah,
I got a new thing.
it's okay
I
now.
got some
It's
new.
okay now.
I got some earbuds now. You know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Kohberger is not an expert killer. That kind of made me giggle.
Kohberger's an idiot, man.
Oh, maybe I
So
should turn my
smart.
volume
So
up.
smart. So smart. That guy's a moron. For real.
Yeah. What did Brett
And
die?
that wasn't
Norma,
a
so
script.
the police took Brent out. Brent was in a like he was going to take his 2 roommates hostage, I guess, or they feared that he was, and
Yeah.
he had suffered from PTSD for 16 years, so he was shooting at the cops out the door, and they shot him and killed him, Norma. So then the people are saying there's a connection between him and Bryan Kohberger. A lot of people are saying that they did this together, and we're just wondering what. But this report here was talking about creators and how like they take a person's name and they just ruin their life with it. And they actually called out somebody. Like they were calling out content creators on this. They called out the Drunk Turkey show actually.
Really?
And I was like, no, they didn't. I was like,
Jeez.
what? Because this is like, I don't know. Have you guys heard of this newspaper, the Idaho Spokesman? But it was like, it just says like, it just talks about in this report how like, creators will take, let's say, if I were to pass away, I told Vincent this, I said, just run and don't ever look back because, I said, people will be I said, people, if something happened to me, people will be on his mama's doorstep tomorrow with JLR will be there with cameras in her face. Do you know what I mean? And she's like this little like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and like, she's like this little like woman that wouldn't talk to anybody, she's like introvert and I wouldn't want to scare her with people like that. So I'm just like, I mean, they do take names and they run with things. So it just said on here that it said the Drunk Turkey show was originally dedicated to theories on UFOs, Bigfoots, and aliens, but then Jay and his co-hosts Daniel and Jamie made their way to true crime. I like the Drunk Turkey show too. I mean, I have nothing with them. I'm just reading the report. But it says episodes about the Idaho killings boosted the show's popularity. What we wanted to do was put out a piece of content that was more evidentiary based and source based, Jay said. But the content frequently veers into pure speculative, which I think we all do. One video titled "Breaking Possible New Suspect Emerges," so that's where they're getting that. The host raised suspicions about Ian Harsh, a neighbor. So, they're talking about Ian Harsh in this one. Sorry, I thought they were talking about Kopacka because they were talking about him above. So they were talking about both of them guys. So yeah, so people, took like Ian Harsh and they like ran with his story. And then there was one guy that in the beginning, I don't know if you guys remember, who was the guy that made up the Scream video? He had like 200-some thousand subscribers. I can't think of his name. But he made up the Scream video where they said that there was like someone, they said that it was one of the girls were screaming and you could hear it in a video.
Oh, I heard
And
it.
they
I heard
posted
it.
it. Yeah, well, they posted it on their channel, but the video was fake. They like someone even took the video and showed them how it was fake. It was like on the
I don't
internet
even.
already.
I don't think it was fake.
No,
I
it was.
really
The
don't.
guy came out and actually did a he came out and did a thing on it. What was that guy's name, guys? We might be thinking of two different people. This was a creator, a YouTube creator with a platform of over 200,000 subscribers that put out this scream video. It was in the beginning of Joseph Morris. Thank you, Janet. Yeah, it was fake. It was
That's
completely
probably where I
and
heard
utterly
it.
fake.
You know, this had to be where I heard it. You know,
Probably, and I mean, you have such a big subscription base, you'll believe it. I did it. I'm
yeah.
guilty. Okay, so I'll tell you my story about, and it was this case. It was this case, and I'll tell you, because I'll tell you when I'm wrong. I was watching. It was the beginning of this case, and it was when they first arrested Kohberger, and Annie Elise from 10 to Life came out with a video, and she said that Bryan Kohberger his sister was next door neighbors with the Moscow house. But
Wow.
Bryan Kohberger's sister lived in Pennsylvania. But I took her word as gold because she has a huge subscriber base, 600,000 now, over. And I took her word and I ran with it. I didn't do my own fact checking. That's why I always tell you all, if I say something funky, Google me. Because that's what I do to people. If I'm in another chat and I hear something, I lost Eddie. But if I'm in another chat and I hear something funky, you best believe I'm Googling it, y'all. I'm gonna take my... Okay, I'm taking my headphones out for just a minute. I don't know how I lost Eddie, but I did. Hey, Therese, what's going on? Oh, someone just saying hi to her. I'm like, what happened? Oh, he's from near you in Canada, Cheryl? Yeah, so I don't really know him. Here, I can turn my camera on. I don't know him. I didn't know about his channel even until that happened. But I will tell you another creator took it a step further. This creator has a huge subscriber base as well. And he said that it was Kaylee's screaming. He said it on a video. He said it twice, but he deleted that. He's since deleted that video. I think actually he didn't delete it. They private their videos. If someone on YouTube tells you that they're going to delete a video, don't believe them. If it's monetized, they're just going to private it. They're going to want to have that money. If you just private your video, I think it just holds the money. It keeps the money you've already have, the views you've already have on that video. But if you delete it, I don't think you get any of it. Exactly, Isabel. YouTubers need to be careful what they put out. That's why I was just bringing up, the YouTubers and stuff like that. I've never brought out a name and just been like, this person, I don't even know. And I'm pretty imaginative, but I just could not even fathom doing that. Let me see. Yeah, I think that he was wonky before. That's why. I think that he liked different. He was more of this. I don't know. I liked him until I like him. I still don't mind him, but I really didn't like that he was trying to pair the girl that went missing in Pennsylvania 10 years ago, and he had her friend come on his show, and he was trying to say that there was connection with Bryan, that. You got that girl's hopes up, that you have this huge platform. You know what I mean? But then you put Bryan's name in there. I don't know. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. It should have been just about that missing girl and finding her. I don't know. David said, what, I like sand? I don't know what you're talking about, but I love sand. Oh yeah, maybe I can turn my mic down now. It's the mic. It's a good mic. I used to use that mic over there, and then I dropped it. I had it for a week or something. I don't even know if I had it that long. But that's really all I have. I just wanted to kind of tell everybody about Brent, because we never went over it. And I'm just I just can't even figure it out for the life of me. So we're good. We're all in agreement. Brent was, paratrooper in the Army, and he got a Purple Heart. Shit. I don't think a lot of us can say that, but I mean, that's a good medal to have. Well, what was your previous comment, David? I got a good eye. I don't know if I could see it though, because I don't have that good of an eye. Did I miss it? I missed it. I did miss it. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like the way that they did him like that. I wish we knew exactly what happened. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wish we knew what was being said between them. I wonder if you can get that through like freedom of information, because he's not like part of this case. Just curious to know what the, like, if there's body cam footage or something, not like to see the shooting or anything like that, just to hear what they're saying to him. You know, I think that he was in a mental help state. I think he needed help. And when you're in a PTSD state, you tunnel vision, sometimes you don't even have any vision. You're just, you know, you're just not seeing anything at all. So oh, Mountain Mama, you're so right. Your dad had lots of war medals, Cheryl. Aw. I think my grandfather did. Oh, let me see, Denny. Let me go back up. I missed some. Let me see here. Oh. When Brent heard of the details of the murders and the possibility of a military person, it may have triggered a bad reaction of his disorder, fearing suspicion would fall on him. Yeah. You're right. Because they were talking about it could be military at the beginning. Maybe that triggered something in him. Maybe he thought someone was after him or something. It's just really sad. Yeah, that would be nice. How many days do we have? 66 days till the trial starts? Because we got a countdown going. Teresa's got a countdown for us. I'm trying to find the comment. Okay. I think I went too far. Why can't I not see it with my one eye? Let me see. I'm going back up. So bad. I can't see nothing. And I have a, I only have to see the I like sand one. Do I need to go up more? Oh. Oh, to this one, are you talking about the Tanya's voices, a glass of smooth cold chocolate milk, and then you had a few tablespoons of hot coarse sand via Eddie? And that's when you said you like sand. I gotcha. And you know what? I love chocolate milk. I drink it every day. I really do. I love it. It's my fave. You've never heard of Brent Kopaka Mystic? Well, congratulations. This is me either, really. We're together. I've heard and I've seen videos, and I watched a video earlier, and I'm like watching it, and I'm like, he's not saying anything. Like, it was like going in circles. And some creators you shouldn't watch on bigger TVs, I guess. Wasn't a good look. I'm so mean. It wasn't, though. That's why I had to go to the store today. I was like, we need to go get me some skincare, make me look pretty. Make me beautiful. Just kidding. 66 days. There it is until pre-trial. We're ready. We should have Nancy by then. Hopefully we'll have 10,000 subscribers. Think we could do that in 66 days, guys? Let's see how many we're at. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. And I forgot to save earlier, so that bot might come in now. That night bot. So to the mods, since I have all of you guys here, I did like this like night, or this like little night bot thing. It's supposed to help like, you know, just send in links and stuff and help you guys. That way, you know, if the chat's crazy, you guys can handle the chat more. And I forgot to save it to the mods, so he may pop up out of nowhere. So just to let you guys know. I think it'll be a long trial. Oh, thank you, Chosen Rosen. said this channel is great because there's no far-fetched conspiracy theories or lies being spread. Yep, it's just honest conversation. You got that right. And then at the end, we always just have like convo about whatever. It's always a good mix. It's a good mix in this channel. And if you like my t-shirt that I'm wearing today, it says "Let It Be" with a little poppy flower. It's on my boutique site. And I could put that in the chat too. It's Poppy and Ari. And these are actually on sale. And then if you'd use the code, I guess I could have made this look better, but YouTube 20, you'll get 20% off of your total. So I think you can use them both. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for supporting the channel. I really, really, really appreciate that. Actually, now that I got you guys in here, don't forget, tomorrow we may do gift memberships. You never know. So make sure everyone has their memberships on, like they're gifted on in the on position. Because we love to gift memberships around here. That's what we do. You don't need to get them. We get them for you the first time. Then you buy the second time. Really, Cheryl? I wonder what the movie was. Yeah, see, Whitman County. Oh, look, there's the bot. The bot came in. Let me know if that works. Let me hear I can do it. Does this link work? I've never done this before. I did it on like an app, like, yeah, it just asked me to put like these codes in. So everybody go follow me on all my socials. I don't know if they're going to pop up like crazy. I only did 4. I just don't know how many minutes I put in between each one. So I don't want it to overwhelm you guys. You think police corruption did this? Oh, I don't think so. Are you a vegan? I bought Mystic. Where's Parker at? I'm surprised she doesn't have something to say. Oh, look, Glowbug, you've been a Titan for 2 months. Y'all are keeping me sane, she said. Aw. You have a boutique question I'd love to answer at summer since I've had some hair questions for you. Which, speaking of which, I'm on my 3rd day and I feel great. Everybody needs to not use a lot of shampoo when they wash their hair and wash their hair twice. Just a little shampoo. That's what I did. And just on the scalp. I'm 37 and I've never felt better with my hair. And all I did was wash it differently. That's so bad. I think I was overusing product. Originally thought that Brent was the perp and Bryan the driver accomplice, but when Bryan was arrested, he said, was anyone else arrested by him saying that it ruled out Brent because he is now dead. Rules him out. Because, yeah, he was dead by then. Yeah, 15 days later. You're right. If anyone brings that up, I will be sure to remember that one. Oh, look at you. Your daughter's at your grandparents tonight? Or for the weekend? Oh, for the weekend. Oh, kick back, relax, have a drink. Thanks, Cheryl. I feel like it's great. So I don't want to miss Summer's question either. The black maxi dress, I think it's, yep, Are they TTS? What's the TTS? I don't know what TTS means. Girl, I don't know what abbreviations mean. I'm a medium, but depending on the brand, I'm a small. Okay, these are Zanana. So go down a size. I'll tell you the brand. I tell you the brand over here. I don't know why boutiques hide their brands. I guess I don't know. I don't know why they do it. When I worked at Rose and Remington and Curve and Cloth, when I worked like at a boutique, like you had to cover the tags. They didn't want you to know anything. I mean, they didn't care if you knew. They just didn't want other people to know. And so, I never looked at the invoices. I never really looked to care. And then I left and then I looked and I said, well, dang. I love Zanana. It's so dang freaking soft. Just don't dry them that much. If you do turn it inside out, that's what I always say. Because if it does, like, if you dry it on like hot heat, sometimes they'll, like the t-shirts, the dresses don't do it as much, but the t-shirts will ball. But I will literally buy another one right then there because they are so soft. soft. You can't find anything like that brand. I need to get some more, so yeah, buy some. And then I can get some more colors. They only had certain colors when I ordered. Plus, I noticed I am such a basic girl. I need to get some flair in there. Hang yours to dry. Yeah, I always hang mine to dry too. I had like, when I first started my boutique, I had about 5 dresses that I wore maybe once each. So on my Facebook site, I have like a lot of consignment because I only wore things like one time and I'm selling them. I had, when I first started, like over 200 items, not counting my brand new items. That was just my old items. They don't shrink. No, Norma, those ones don't. I'm trying to think. Not Zanana, no. It was my go-to. So I worked at a regular straight sizing boutique and then I moved to a curvy boutique. When I moved over to the curvy boutique, I had no clue what I was doing. Because at the time I only weighed probably 130, like 135, like what I am now. I was a smaller girl. So I had no idea like how to dress a curvy woman. And you're going to learn really quick. Because curvy women, they only give you one chance in that dressing room. If it doesn't look good the first time, they ain't trying again. That's just how it is. And I'm the same way. I hate trying shit on. So I could relate. I get really hot easily. So I always go to that brand. I always go to Zanana because it usually will run bigger. It's flowy. It feels good. It's just, that's just one of the brands. And I also, if you're a curvy woman, I go for the brand Emerald a lot. It's a cheaper brand too. Like it's not like super expensive. Like it's not going to like break your bank, but it's like, it's cute. Oh, Globe says she loves her curves. I love women with curves. Like I had women crying in my store asking like, where I was because I had a day off. Like to another woman, that's a curvy woman, like screaming and crying, "You don't know my body," like Tanya does. It made me feel so good. It made me feel so good. It did because I was like, oh. And then here I come in, bebopping away. And then when I quit, like when I left, I was down to 106 pounds. So imagine. Oh, thanks, Summer. And make sure the coupon, everything works. Everything should be fine. I have a girlfriend that has a $25 coupon she needs to use. We might have to do like a giveaway or something. I can hear my dog out there playing with the cat. She probably wants to go on the bed. 106, Cheryl. I was so stinking small, it was ridiculous. I never ate. I worked. We didn't eat. It got to the point where the other manager made me like this little bouquet of like popcorn just to get me to like eat something. Oh no, I'm not that small now, girlfriend. I'm like 140 now. Girl needs to work out a little bit. Aren't the floor pillars and the feather earrings cute? I love those feather earrings. They're so cute. Those would be so cute with the dress. And then you get tied up in a little knot at the bottom. You can wear with a little jean jacket if you go to like a little country concert or something. I miss dressing people in person. Now that we're talking about it, you're not fat, Summer. I'm about to get me a maxi dress. Oh, thanks, Amanda. Appreciate that. I need to get some more. This is actually one of the t-shirts from there. It says, "Let it be." It's got like a little poppy flower on it. This is a large, actually, so. I have it in a small and a large. I like my stuff big. See, we're all about the same size. I used to knot people's maxi dresses for them because they didn't know how to do it. It was so cute. So cute. And you can knot them a certain way and they'll stay. Like, wash them, they don't come out. But I had like 5 and I sold them as soon as I like started my boutique. And I was like, wow, people love maxi dresses, which I knew they would because I mean, it's easy. You can bring a maxi dress all through winter. You can throw a sweater over your maxi to make it look like a skirt. And it like a frumpy, like a big frumpy sweater. It looks so cute. Or you could tie the sweater up in a knot on the side or something. Teresa rode 8 miles today biking. Okay, I need to go work out. Teresa's over here talking about biking. Oh my gosh. I thought I made that nothing up myself. I usually do it on my t-shirts when I'm smaller. I feel big lately. That's okay. If I was in the US, I'd buy a lot from your boutique. Oh, Tony, where are you from? I think I'm going to try to do international. I don't, because I was looking at it. Let me write that down again. I was looking at it and it didn't look like it was like any, it wasn't a big deal. Like if I can just drop it in the USPS and it will go to you, however it makes its way there. Canada? Let me write that down. Yeah, let me see about that. And I'll let you guys know. Because I mean, I don't see why not. And I don't want to do like, if I do like merchandise on my store, like on my channel, it would be, I would do it through my company to where it's like cheaper. Because some people, I don't know if you all see like, if you go on certain channels, you'll see like their stuff they have like for sale. It looks kind of chintzy. Oh, look, Ashley, my bot was talking to you. Did it say it? Oh my gosh, it timed out Ashley. Nightbot, stop. Oh my God. Okay. Don't do that. How do I stop it? It just timed out Ashley. How do I stop it from doing that? Nightbot. How do I don't know how to report it. Oh, I delete. Oh, is she there? I don't know how to stop it. You'll have to go back and listen to the chat. I was like, it timed Ashley. I don't know how to stop it. Okay, so this happened in another creator's channel. And I thought it was just her. It really does do that. Oh my gosh. I just wanted it to say things in the chat. I didn't want it to block anybody. You can't have that power. How do I get this thing off? I didn't even cuss or anything that time. No, sometimes you guys will come in the chat and you guys will say something so sweet, like, please like, subscribe, you know, to the channel. And it'll ask me if it's like, if you want me to block it. And I'm like, no, I don't want you to block that. Like, that's a nice thing. I haven't blocked anybody since Crime Sleuthin' though, so I'm doing pretty good. She sent me a super sticker and then I blocked her. But I am going to jump off here and I'll be on tomorrow. I have a good live, it's a longer live setup for tomorrow. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. So bring your tissues because you may need them. No, I'm just kidding. You won't need them. Yeah, Nightbot. How do we talk to it? Oh my gosh, I'm laughing so hard I'm crying. That was so funny. Man. No, because this happened in another girl's chat. And she like said that it was like timing everybody out. And I was like, oh my gosh. So it hasn't done anything else yet. That's so weird. I'm waiting on it. Like I'm over here looking like, what's it gonna do? But wow, it's only 9:36. It's actually pretty early tonight. Wow. Pretty early. I'm trying to see if this thing's going to do anything else. Did everyone like the video? Did y'all like it for me? I love it if you liked it. Sad tissues and not happy tissues. Both, actually. I have some tissues here. I had to get off the live one night. I was laughing so hard. And I was just like, I had allergies going on. It was bad. I had to get out of here. It was hilarious. Which I haven't seen Oompa in a while. If you're listening or watching this on replay, Oompa, come back to our chat. We miss you. You made my whole night. Thanks, Carolyn. That has me on the naughty list. And I'm like, what the heck? That's great. Okay, well, we can all say, Brent, you know, may you rest in peace. Stop square. What? It's timing someone out. Okay, how do I get this off here? How do you do this? Spam protection? Disable? I don't know. I'm gonna have Vincent fix this. How do I get out of here? I'm so sorry if you get... I missed Dawn Sellers. If you miss her, okay. I got on... one night you guys were in the chat and you asked me. I tried to block it and it didn't do nothing to it. Let me see. Let me see if I can block it again. Oh, wait, it doesn't let me block. It just lets me remove it. Put it in timeout. I tried to put it in timeout. We'll see. But no, okay, so I was, one day you guys came in and you asked me if I had watched T-Rev's channel. When you asked me that, I got him confused. Okay, so T-Rev is a white gentleman that wears a hat, like a brimmed hat, you know, on his channel. I thought you guys were talking about Pascal, which is a black bald gentleman, when I said that I've watched him before. So I've never watched him, but I watched him the other day. I watched something about him, and then I watched him today. And whoever was on his panel today, I was like in the chat blowing it up. Everything she said was so wrong. And I said, is this Dawn Sellers? Because she was yelling so loud for 2 hours or more. He had like a 6-hour live today. No, I've never really watched T-Rev. I thought he was Pascal. I was like, whoops, wrong person. I thought he was a bald black man. I meant to tell you guys that a while back. But then I saw it today. I saw that he went live, and I was just, I didn't want to hear Letitia. I was over it. So I was listening, and I'm just like, what? Huh? What? So if you're in there and you watch the live chat, you'll see me blowing it up a little because I just couldn't help myself today. I was a keyboard warrior. No, Grandma. Cat's life needs prayers for her grandma. 105 years old. Oh, my Lord. She's in the hospital with fluid in her lungs. Oh, Lord have mercy. Prayers for your grandma. And Nightbot, don't you be timing Cat's life out either. Oh, well, I hope your grandma's okay. 105? 105. She's seen it all. Wow. I'd love to talk to her. I would love to talk to somebody that old. Just to know their stories. Be like, tell me about when you were 15. Tell me about when you were 21. You thought she was crazy? Yeah. Oh my Lord. I was all in the chat, Tony. I wasn't even looking to see who was even in the chat. I was seeing double. It was just everything she was saying was just bad. And I'm not that type of person. I normally will go in a chat and you'll never see me. You'll never even know I'm there. I won't say a word. You had to be a subscriber for 5 minutes to chat in his chat today. And I was so upset. I waited that 5 minutes. I was like, I'm waiting. Come on, T-Rev. I was like, really? You got him 5 minutes? It took forever, it seemed like. Oh my gosh, TF's time out now? Oh my Lord. I didn't do that. I deleted Glowbug's comment. Okay, we're going to... Oh, there it is. It's telling me stuff. Okay, what are you doing? I don't know how to get rid of it. I thought Vince would do it. You know I shouldn't do any technical stuff. That's what he's going to tell me. He's going to say, why'd you mess with it? And I was like, because I thought it was helping. I'll have to fix it. I think it's like a setting or something you could fix. But like, it's right here. I don't know. Has like blacklisted words. I don't know. It's scary. So, it's some scary stuff. So I am going to jump off of here and get this stuff figured out so it doesn't time anybody out anymore. Sorry, TF. I think it timed you out. And I think it deleted comments. Am I back, Globus? Yeah, you're back. Oh my God. I'm blocked. Parker, you're back. Oh my gosh, I don't like this thing, but it's making me laugh really hard, guys. Red flags, get rid of it. Yeah, I like my mods better. Man, that's like, they're going to block everybody. No one's going to come back in. What the heck, Nightbot? Yeah, the world isn't ready for Nightbots. I shouldn't. T-Rev had a Nightbot. That's where I got the idea. Maybe I should ask him about it. Step away from the buttons. I'm getting out of here. I'm going to have Vincent fix this stuff. Okay, so I will see you guys all tomorrow. Thank you so much for the super chats and becoming members, and actually just even being members and being here and being subscribers and liking the video. I love it all. Have a great night. I'm praying for your grandma Cat's life. She's going to be doing okay. She'll be okay. 105, I'm sure she's been through worse. That woman's probably like, this is a walk in the park. I hope so anyway. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Have a good night.